At the beginning of the story, we learn that today is the birthday party of the head of the Wong family, the most powerful family in the city. All the influential figures, what you get for trusting that country bumpkin. You tried to sneak into the Wong family party with a fake invitation. How pathetic. It will only cost 8,000 yuan, and your pain will disappear forever. Lu frowned and said harshly, "You're a pervert." Then she left. Su Qin, he thought. Now what did I say that was wrong? Okay, if he doesn't want the massage, he can at least have the herbal tea that I recommend every morning. That too. It will alleviate his pain. He remembered what his master had told him. What I teach you is extremely valuable, and the people who live at the foot of the mountain will greatly appreciate your skills. So much for your abilities. Su Qin smiled bitterly. Here I am, trying to help, and they just call me weird. Just then, Rui entered the office and noticed Secretary Lu's flushed face. Miss Lu, why is your face so red? He asked. Then he turned to Chen and said, It's a good thing I found you. Sax Chen, tonight, we will be attending the Wong family party. Take this card and some money and buy yourself a nice outfit. I want you to look your best possible at the event, Su Yin thought, smiling slightly. Even though the mother is cruel, the daughter is truly kind. Later, Su Yin arrived at Dr. Li's clinic. Dr. Li. Upon entering, she saw a man violently assaulting the doctor. The man was shouting, I thought you were a miracle doctor, but you're just a fraud. The elder of the Man family was still alive, yet you declared him dead. If he hadn't woken up before the funeral, he would have been buried alive. Because of you. And now you've been treating my father for 15 days, and he hasn't improved at all. I had my doubts, but now I'm certain, you're a disgusting fraud. The doctor, if you had been with me, this never would have happened. Even Rousey's mother adds, Rousey, let's just end this and stay with young Master Li. Forget about Sach. Said desperately, Mr. Wong, please listen to me. Your father's condition is extremely serious. It's impossible to cure him in just 15 days. Wong, he responded furiously, do you think I'll swallow your excuses? I won't let you continue treating him. I've already admitted him to the hospital, and I'm not going to risk him killing him with your incompetence. At that moment, Su Qin walked in and said calmly, Brother, you shouldn't lose your temper. Doctors always do their best possible to save their patients. But at the end of the day, they are still human, and humans have limits. If someone in your family doesn't get better, that doesn't give you the right to raise your hand to a doctor. Wong glared at him and asked, And who the hell are you? Why are you meddling in my family's affairs? Dr. Li intervened immediately, saying, He is the divine Dr. Sach Chen, the very same one who revived the old master of the Man family. If anyone in the world can cure your father, it's him, Su Yin answered respectfully. Dr. Li, you're giving me far too much credit. Wong stared at him, incredulous. This kid, and you expect me to believe he's a miracle doctor? Soon after, Su Yin went with Wong to the hospital. Wong stated harshly, Kid, I'm only giving you 1 day. If my father isn't better by tomorrow, I'll make you and the doctor pay for this. The doctor objected. Mr. Wong, 1 day is not enough time. Your father's condition is very serious. We can't accomplish anything meaningful in that time frame. But Su Yin smiled confidently. 1 day is all I need. I only need 15 minutes. Once this needle is inserted, even the yes, Chen is useless, but Rousey stands firm in her conviction. No matter what anyone says, I fully trust Sach Chen, and you, young Master Li, mind your own business. Most severe illnesses will begin to disappear. Immediately afterward, he inserted a needle into the old man's head. Moments later, Wong's father began to, coughing violently, with blood dripping from his mouth. Wong shouted in terror, Dad, what's wrong? Why are you coughing up blood? I knew I shouldn't have trusted these scammers. They made everything worse. Someone call another doctor right now. You two have done something terrible, and we will meet again. But next time, it won't be pleasant at all. Su Qin said calmly, It's clear that you love your father very much, and that's why I'm giving you one last chance. Come and apologize within 3 days. What I did just now will only give him temporary relief. For him to fully recover, you'll need my help. Wong spat out, We'll see who ends up begging for forgiveness. As he drove, Wong thought furiously, All these so-called Chinese doctors are frauds. I never should have brought my dad to. But from the back seat, his father said weakly, Son, I was in excruciating pain before, but now I don't feel it at all anymore. My body feels full of strength, like I'm recovering very quickly. Wong froze, asking, Dad, are you serious? Do you really feel better? The old man nodded. Yes, my body is telling me that I am healing. That doctor really saved me. Listen to me carefully. We must thank him properly. The other doctors had already lost hope. The one who cured me isn't an ordinary doctor, he's a miracle worker. We owe him our gratitude, Wang thought. Own affairs. Say one more word, and you'll regret it. Young Master Li smiles contemptuously and takes a step to grab Rousey, but before he can touch her, horrified, wait, was the person I just insulted actually a divine doctor? I've made a huge mistake. The scene then changes to the outside of the group's building. Dream, Su Qin thought, I've already bought all the herbs I needed from Dr. Li. With these, I can prepare a potent medicine for grandfather. Suddenly, a car stopped, and Lu said, Suin, what are you doing here? I told you to buy a nice outfit. Suin scratched the back of his neck, looking uncomfortable. I'm sorry, I forgot. He thought to himself, I spent all the money on herbs. Rousey sighed. Okay, get in the car. When he got in, young Master Dai, who was sitting in the front seat, turned around and scoffed. Rousey, since when do you hang out with nobodies from the countryside? Who is this country bumpkin? A girl sitting next to him added mockingly. I heard rumors that you were already married, Rousey. Don't tell me this is your husband. Young Master La burst out laughing. Ha, what a joke. All. The world knows that Rousey is far too dedicated to her work to even consider marriage. Furthermore, she is the heir to the Man family. When she does marry, it will be someone from an elite family, certainly not just any villager. Rousey responded firmly. Actually, you're mistaken. I am married, and he is my husband. So Su Qin, if you want to talk, please do so amongst yourselves. I'm going to go rest. The group gasped in surprise. What? You married this peasant? Suin intervened. Didn't you hear her? Louis is resting. Why are you all making so much noise? The young master frowned at him. I was speaking with Rousey. Appears and grabs his wrist. Su Qin says coldly, how dare you raise your hand to my wife? Honestly, I didn't even think about wasting my. Who gave you permission to interrupt? Su Qin replied coldly. You were speaking to my wife, and it's clear she doesn't want to speak with you, so do us. Do us both a favor and shut up. The young master clenched his fists in anger. How dare a villager tell me to shut my mouth? I'm going to teach you a lesson you won't forget. The bastard smirked to himself. Good thing I still have that ice needle on me. As for this idiot, he's about to lose control of his body. Then, we'll see who's laughing then. But Suin immediately noticed his movements, so this guy is planning to use an ice needle. What a dirty, underhanded trick. With a quick flick of his wrist, he sent the needle flying back towards Li. The girl in the front seat shrieked, Young Master Li, what have you done just now? Startled, Rousey asked, What's going on now? Why all the screaming? The girl stammered, Young Master Li, just wet himself. Shortly after, getting out of the car, everyone murmured in disgust. The young master completely lost control and even dirtied the car. Suin just smiled inwardly. That's what you get for trying to mess with me, Lu said calmly. Li, go change first. Don't worry about the car, you can return it later. Suin, he added with a smile. Human Li, what happened? You couldn't control yourself? If you had said something, we would have stopped the car. Why let, that happen? Ashamed and furious, young Master Li shouted, Sach Qin, you bastard, I will not forgive you for this. But before he could get close, Su Qin quickly closed the gate. Time with you, you piece of trash. If I even bothered to respond to you, you might actually think you're worth something. Young Master Li, red with anger, shouts, Teach this guy a lesson. Su Qin quickly said mockingly, No, don't come any closer yet. Go change your underwear first. A suspicious Rousey asked Su Qin, Did you have something to do with this? With this? Su Qin replied, Naturally. I didn't do anything. It's all D's own doing. But don't worry, I can prepare a special medicine for him that will help, which will help him control himself in the future. Rousey frowned and asked, Then why did he attack you before? Su Qin simply shrugged. Only he knows the answer to that. Rousey sighed. Seriously, for now, just try not to offend him. Grandpa isn't running the company anymore, so things are difficult. The Lei family has been helping us a lot lately. Even the invitation to the Wang family party came about thanks to their influence. We still need their support. Su Qin thought to himself, Try not to offend him? It seems like it's already too late for that, Li said arrogantly as he walked away. Rousey, I thought our companies we cooperate well, but with them being so close, I don't think cooperation is possible. And if we can't work together, what's the point of attending the same parties? Think about it. Your invitation to the Wang family event has been cancelled. Lu was paralyzed in shock. What just happened? We lost the invitation from the Wang family, and their favor as well. The Luchin family smiled, trying to reassure her. Don't worry, Losing their support doesn't hurt us as much as you think it does. Anyway, I'll be going to the company soon. Go to Tion Commercial to collect the 10,000 won they owe us. Rousey was surprised. What? Who told you about the Tion family? Listen to me carefully. There's no need for you to go. Bastard. Today, I will crush your arrogance. At that moment, the Wong family butler appears, accompanied by 20 armed guards, his high-pitched voice resonating loudly. Suchin responded firmly. If I don't go, how will I ever get your mother to bow down to me one day? I really want to see that woman break her pride, that's why. This task is important. Don't worry, that money will be in your account before the day is over, Rousey warned. Don't go alone, take Secretary Liu with you. With you, and no matter what happens, don't fight. Suchin smiled playfully and said, My lovely wife, without quarrels, how could I ever disobey you? After a while. Afterwards, Sach Chen and Secretary Liu arrived at the Tlo Trading Company. So, you've come to collect payment? Hey, I'll tell you what, if this pretty secretary works, for me for a week and keeps me happy, maybe I'll consider paying you. If not, you won't see a single cent. Do whatever you want. Suchin's expression darkened. I knew you would say something so disgusting. Let me warn you, if you don't give me the money today, you won't be walking out of here on your own 2 feet. The boss laughed contemptuously. Are you threatening me here, in my own company, and in front of my own people? Guards, teach this idiot a lesson. The guards advanced with a threatening air. How dare you offend our boss? We're going to break your legs. But before they could even move, Suin acted like lightning and defeated them effortlessly. Defeated effortlessly. Just as the fight was ending, Mr. Wong entered the room, exclaiming, Divine Dr. Su, I've finally found you. The boss turned pale. Mr. Wong, what brings you here? Wong asked seriously. What is happening here? The boss stammered nervously. Nothing, sir. Just a small. Who dares to behave so rudely towards the Wong family's honored guest? If they had offended our master, perhaps we could. Misunderstanding. This man was causing trouble, and I was just about to kick him out. Please excuse me for making you witness this. Give me 2 minutes, and I'll take care of it. But he ignored him and turned to Sak Chen, smiling respectfully. Divine Doctor, it's an honor to have you with my company. John Traden is a subsidiary of our Wong Group. If you ever need any assistance from them, just let me know. I'll take care of it immediately. Suchin calmly responded. I don't need help. I only came to collect what is owed. Your company borrowed 10,000 won and is refusing to return it. Mr. Wong, I've heard many good things about you, but I didn't expect your people to act this way. Wong's expression darkened. Hack slapped the useless boss across the face. How dare you offend the divine? Doctor, if he gets angry at me because of you, tell me, what should I do with you? The boss, trembling, fell to his knees. Mr. Wong, I didn't know he was related to you. Please forgive me. Wong kicked him again and shouted, This is the Divine Doctor. Remember that name. If you offend me, I might forgive you once, but if you offend him, I will destroy you. Now, return every last penny of that 10 million, or don't ever show your face again. Face. Terrified, the boss quickly handed over the money. Mr. Suk, please forgive me. I'm a fool who couldn't recognize greatness. Here is the 10 million we borrowed. I beg you, please forgive me, Suchin said coldly. Hand the money over to Secretary Liu. I don't like receiving anything. Forgive them once, but to offend Master Sak Chen, our divine guest, is unforgivable. Please forgive us, Master Sak Chen. We did not. Directly from people like you. Mr. Wong respectfully replied, Divine Doctor, I wanted to discuss something with you. Suin smiled knowingly. Let me guess, this is about your father, isn't it? Don't worry, you don't have to kneel or beg. Just bring me a pen and paper, and I'll write out his prescription. And remember this, Mr. Wong. No doctor wishes ill upon their patients, but we are also only human. Life and death are not in our hands alone, but we do the best that we possibly can. So never treat a doctor with such disrespect again, Mr. Wong said sincerely. I have learned my lesson. I will never behave like this towards a doctor again. Wong then slapped Matao and shouted, Do I have to repeat myself? The master asked for a pen and paper. Go. Bring them already. After rushing around, Matao left. Suin wrote down the prescription and said calmly, Give this to your father 3 times a day after meals. He will make a full recovery very soon. Wong bowed respectfully, saying, Thank you very much, Master Zhu. Su Qin replied, Bad medicine and bad people should not. They must be kept close, as both can ruin your future. Wong nodded, saying, You are absolutely right, Master Matao. I hope you heard that. Get away from my sight. You're fired. Music played in the background. You can sit at home doing nothing for the rest of your life, and just so you know, I'm putting you on the blacklist. No one in this city will dare to hire you." Matao fell to his knees, begging, "Please, Mr. Wong, give me another chance. Wong, know that you would personally attend our humble celebration. The family head is waiting for you inside. Please, come in." Everyone is stunned. The turned around coldly. "Get this useless guy out of here. I don't want to see him again. Not near my company, not anywhere." Then he turned to Chin and said with a smile, "By the way, Dr. Su, today is my father's 80th birthday. We're having a small celebration, and it would be an honor if you could attend. This is our family's special invitation card. Very few people have this special invitation, and with it, you'll be treated as our most distinguished guest." Su. Chin thought to himself, "After everything that's happened, they're handing me the invitation just like that, so easily." Then he smiled and said, "If you invite me with such sincerity, how could I possibly refuse? I will definitely go. Come on, Secretary Liu, let's head back." As they were leaving, Mr. Wong thought to himself, "Secretary Liu works for Mandro of the Dream Group and is now with Dr. Su. Su Chin arrived in this city and immediately cured Manao. This can't be a coincidence. It seems that Dr. Su has a close relationship with the Man family. If that's the case, the Mans are extremely important. I'll tell my father that we should associate with them. Money can always be earned later, but having someone like Dr. Su on our side is a true blessing." Change of scene to the Man family residence. At the Man family house, Rousey's mother said angrily, "I heard you had a fight with Leiden today." Rousey replied, "Yes, he was being too arrogant." His mother shouted, "Have you completely lost your mind? Don't you realize how important that family is to us right now? How could you?" Influential people are gathered to attend the grand celebration. Just then, Rousey, the most beautiful girl in town, arrives with her family. Nearby, Wong family, the most powerful in the city, calls him their divine guest. They don't even treat other prominent families like that. Just who exactly is Sak Chen, and why? Offend them? They were supposed to take us to the Lawn family party today, and you ruined that opportunity. I don't care what the argument was about. Who was right? Go and apologize to Leiden right now. I'll even book a nice restaurant for dinner for you both. Dress nicely, apologize politely, and maybe he'll forgive us and still take us on." A frustrated Rousey responded, "Mom, how many times do I have to tell you? I can handle the company on my own. You don't need to interfere. If I'm capable, I will run it myself. We don't need Leon or anyone else." Her mother scoffed. "Oh really? Then prove it. If you're so talented, then get the Wong family's invitation back yourself." At that moment, Suyin entered the room with a confident smile and said, "Well, my wife couldn't get it back, but I did." Rousey's mother's eyes widened in surprise. "What did you just say? Is that really the invitation from the Wong family? I don't believe it." Secretary Liu stepped forward respectfully and said, "Madam, it's true. The president of the Wong family personally gave it to us. Personally. He even showed great respect toward Mr. Su." Roos's mother was completely stunned. How could the president of the Wong family possibly know a nobody from a village like him? "Tell me the truth. How much did you pay him to fake all of this?" Secretary Liu responded with conviction. "Madam, I'm telling you the truth. I understand that you don't trust Mr. Su, but please, at least trust me. And here's the proof. This is the 10 million check from Tea and Trading. Why did the most beautiful girl in town choose a simple villager over all the elite bachelors? What could her true identity be? That's what company." He recovered the full amount. Suchin said calmly, "I've already fulfilled my part of the agreement. Now, mother-in-law, it's your turn to keep your word." Roos's mother, he asked suspiciously, "Is this check even real? Something just doesn't seem right." Rousey hugged Secretary Liu gratefully, saying, "I completely trust you both. Thank you for resolving the invitation issue." Her mother scoffed and yelled, "Don't be so naive. Both the invitation and the check are fake. I already called Leon, and he's on his way. You will apologize to him tonight." Rousey, annoyed, said, "Mom, what is your problem with me? I've told you 1,000 times. Leon is a disgusting man, and I don't like him. Besides, have you already forgotten that I'm married? I have Suin, and I trust him completely. If he says it, I know it's true. Let's go, Suin." Secretary Liu, "It's not worth wasting any more time here," Suin added firmly as he turned around. "Mother-in-law, I'll forgive you this time, but next time, every time you see me, don't forget to bow." Roos's mother clenched her fists in rage, thinking, "This insolent man is brainwashing everyone. My husband is already on his side, and now Ruse completely trusts him. I'm sure he cast some kind of spell on her. Before, Ruse always did what I said, but today she completely defied me. I will find a way to get that peasant out of this house, no matter what it takes, she shouted. Wait, I'm coming too. Change of scene. Su Qin, Ruse, and the others arrive at the Wang family's grand birthday party. Some men nearby murmured excitedly. I heard. We will find out as the story progresses. The story continues with our protagonist, Sach Chen, saying, I was only 10 years old when, that the leader of the Wang family will personally choose someone from this party to become their new business partner. Whomever he chooses will change his life forever. By the way, Brother Li, where is Manrusi? I thought she was your girlfriend. Didn't she come with you? He laughed arrogantly. Girlfriend? Do you really think I would make her times my girlfriend? You already know my tastes. I get bored of my toys quickly. I never play with one for more than 2 days. She might be special to others, but for me, she's just an old toy that I've already thrown away, the secretary whispered, horrified, to Rusi's mother. Madam, did you hear what he said? The mother responded, coldly. There's no need to exaggerate. Besides, no one else heard it except you and me. In the business world, we have to think big. We can't get carried away by such trivialities. Forcing a polite smile, Rusi's mother approached Leon and said, Young Master Li, it has been so long. Since we last met, why hasn't she visited our house? Leden's friend scoffed. President man, you even came, but without an invitation, no one will let her in. Unless, of course, she apologizes to us. Then, maybe we'll help her get through. But if she tries to sneak in, and is discovered, it will be quite humiliating. Leden smiled arrogantly. Louis, your mother is a very kind woman. Out of respect for her, I'm considering forgiving you. Just apologize, and I'll forget everything. Ross's mother smiled hopefully. You are indeed very generous, young Master Li. Rousey, they annihilated my entire family. Weak and helpless, I couldn't do anything. But then, an old man found me and saved me. He took me to my master, and, hurry up and apologize. Opportunities like this don't come twice, but Rusi and Suchi completely ignored them and kept walking. Suin said with a smile, Young Master Li, how is your stomach feeling now? This morning, when you wet yourself in the car, I thought that something so embarrassing should never happen again. Happen to you. So I prepared a tonic to help you control that problem. Oh, and I also designed a special diaper that can withstand up to 5 leaks. It's called Logo Chalky Cans. The tonic also helps with kidney problems. Take it for a week, and you'll completely forget what it feels like to wet your pants. Pants. Those present were speechless, and began to murmur amongst themselves. What? The young master peed himself? He must have a serious kidney problem. No wonder Rusi left him. Leon turned red with anger. Chin, this is too much. Meanwhile, Secretary Liu showed the invitation to the guard. Security. Leden froze, thinking, what? Do they really have an invitation from the Wang family? How is that even possible? The guard frowned and said, Excuse me, miss, but I've never seen this kind of invitation before. Please allow me to check with my manager. Kindly wait here. Lidon's friends burst into mocking laughter. Why even review it? It's obviously fake. What a humiliation for the Man family. Totally ridiculous. Leden added proudly. Rousey, if you had stayed with me, none of this would have happened. You can still fix everything with a simple, I'm sorry. Rousey's mother insisted. Yes, Rousey, listen to him. I always nut of Lafigs. Since then, I have lived with him in the mountains for 10 long years. For a decade, I have trained every day, waiting for this moment. Even knew that Chinese guy was useless. You're better off leaving him. Rousey exploded. Mom, please stop talking. Every time you open your mouth, you embarrass me. And you, Leden, we used to be business partners, which is why I respected you. But after everything you've done, you've lost all of that respect. You're disgusting. You peed on yourself. You left my car a mess and didn't even try to clean it up. I was kind enough not to kick you out on the spot, and yet you still don't know how to fix your own reputation. Honestly, I can't stop laughing. A grown man who still wets himself. How do you even leave your house without dying? Of embarrassment? Leon growled furiously. You talk too much. It looks like I'll have to teach you a lesson. He tried to grab her, but Suin caught his wrist in the air and said coldly, Your little bladder problem might still have a cure, but if I break your hand now, it will never heal again. I'm going to leave you in such bad shape. You won't even be able to use those fancy diapers you're wearing, so back off while you still have the chance. Leon stammered. It's too much. The last time, I only had That accident. It wasn't my responsibility. It was your fault. Su Qin smiled mockingly and said, So, you were so scared of me that you peed yourself? Leon shouted. That's not what I meant. Enough talking. Everyone attack. But before anyone could even touch Su Qin, an authoritative voice thundered, Who dares to raise a hand against an honored guest of the Wong family? Everyone turned around. The Wong family's manager had arrived. Leon reacted nervously. Master recently told me that he had nothing more to teach me. Now, finally, it's time to leave the mountain and confront those who wronged me. See, Rosie, even the Wong family respects me. I'm one of their honored guests. Now you realize the mistake you made by offending me. But in the next second, the one guard seized Leon and threw him to the ground. The young man cried out, There's been a mistake. I'm the guest, not Yuchen. Throw him in. The manager gave a slight bow and said respectfully, Please excuse the delay, Miss Man. Here is your invitation. Everything is in order. Rousey smiled proudly. Yes, that's our invitation, she thought to herself. The Wong family servants don't respect anyone who isn't extremely powerful. That's why the manager is treating us this way. Just how important is Yushin to them anyway? The manager continued. We deeply regret the inconvenience our honored guests experienced at the entrance. Please forgive this misunderstanding. Those present were stunned. What? The Man family? Guests of honor? But they didn't even have an invitation before. How did everything change so quickly? Ruse's mother whispered in shock. Guests of honor? So the invitation was real. The secretary proudly stated, I told you from the beginning. The president of the Wong family personally delivered it to Brother Suchin and treated him with the utmost respect. Rousey thought, an invitation so rare that almost no one receives, and the head of the Wongs himself gave it to Suchin. Who exactly is he? Meanwhile, Ruse's mother thought, this must be the work of the… Before Suin departed, his master gave him one last instruction. Before you take your revenge, repay the debt of gratitude you owe to those who once helped you. Suchin, elder of our family, there can be no other explanation. Then the manager of the Wongs coldly announced, Young Master D, today, dared to offend an honored guest. If he had insulted any member of the Wong family, we might have overlooked it, but he has disrespected someone with a position equal to that of our own patriarch. Therefore, from this day forward, the Wong family officially places on the entire Li family on a blacklist. I hope none of its members ever set foot on Wong territory again, not even by mistake. Leon stammered in terror. How can they do this? Our families have known each other for years, the manager thought. This idiot has no idea who he's messing with. That invitation he's carrying from the Man family is a VIP invitation. In our entire history, only 3 people have ever received one. The rules are clear. You can offend anyone, except whoever possesses a VIP card holds a status that surpasses even the head of the family. If Suin has such a card, his identity must be truly extraordinary. After that, the Man family entered the party, and a waiter greeted them respectfully, saying, Welcome, honored guests. Please take a seat in the front row. A man nearby muttered sarcastically, I never imagined the Man family would get front row seats. I suppose the old man isn't dead yet, even if he is half invalid. His dream group is still standing. Well, they should enjoy it while it lasts. When our Excellence group signs an agreement with the Womp, you will. He answers honestly. Even if my master hadn't told me, I still would have gone straight to see the old man who saved me. He's my only family. The scene changes to a… Rousey muttered irritably. That idiot Saoli never says anything decent, Suin thought. So, this guy is from the Excellence group, bring the gift we had prepared for Elder Wong. The contract isn't signed yet. Maybe this gift will be enough to change his mind. Signed. Salioli scoffed. Do you really think you can offer something valuable enough to impress the Wong family? Impress the Wong family? Please, you should all go see a psychiatrist. If you actually had something they wanted, you wouldn't be sitting here today. Just then, someone shouted, Everyone, stand up. Elder Wong has arrived. The crowd began to murmur excitedly. Elder Wong is about to announce the Wong family's new business alliance with the Xiao family. It's not yet official, but everyone knows it's already decided. Saoli. He smiled proudly. Today is Elder Wong's birthday, one of the most powerful men in the city, so as a gift, I'll be giving him the best villa from all over the city. The audience gasped in surprise. The best villa? That villa was built by a legendary master. They say that whoever lives there will see their fortune transformed, and wealth and happiness will accompany them. No wonder that villa costs a fortune. The Excellence group really went all out. Sao Li smiled even more. Thank you for the compliments. We only did what was appropriate for Elder Wong. That villa is merely a small house. So, funeral. The old man's lifeless body lies in a coffin, and a group of thugs are standing in front of it. One of them growls. We heard that the Lawn family. Rousey stood up confidently and said, I am Man Rousey, from the Dream Group, and I have brought a masterpiece created by Grandmaster Drunken himself, as a birthday gift for Old Man Wong. The crowd erupted in amazement. What did he just say? The Drunken Grandmaster, the legendary craftsman who hasn't been seen in public for 10 years. His creations sell for hundreds of millions. The Dream Group has been in decline for years. How could they have something made by him? If that's true, nothing at this entire party could be more valuable. The works of the Drunken Grandmaster are, quite literally, invaluable. Suchin thought to himself, holding back a laugh. Why are they exaggerating so much about my master? In reality, his works are worth tens of millions now. They're so easily impressed. He made that masterpiece half asleep right in front of me. These city people really have no idea, Sao Li chuckled, mocking. I must admit, President Man, you went to great lengths to find that gift, but honestly, it's useless and won't change a thing, Rosie responded. Firm, time will tell. Then, the old man Wong took to the stage and said warmly, Thank you all for coming to celebrate my birthday today. On this, such a joyous occasion, I wish to make a very important announcement. Sao Li smiled confidently. After this announcement, our Excellence Group will be much bigger than Dream Group ever was. Elder Wong continued. But before that, I want to express my gratitude to someone very special. You could say, sent you an invitation. Hand it over quietly, or there won't be one, but 3 funerals today. And the best part is, there will be no one left to carry the coffins. That I am alive and standing here today only because of that person. Without him, my 80th birthday wouldn't even be happening. Sa frowned, confused. Who could have saved Old Man Wong's life? Rosie also thought, whoever it was, it must be someone extremely important. The Wong family must back him up. To everyone's surprise, Old Man Wong began walking directly towards Sak Chen. Rosie's eyes widened in shock. Wide. Old Man Wong is walking towards Sak Chen, and Secretary Liu mentioned earlier that President Wong treated him with respect, personally. Could it be possible that Sak Chen was the one who saved Old Man Wong? But before she could think further, Su Qin sensed a strange spiritual energy inside the hall. He said calmly, I'll be back in a second. And at the same time, he thought, spiritual energy in the hands of a person. Commonplace. This is not good. I need to figure out where it's coming from. Meanwhile, Elder Wong was pondering, why did Dr. Su leave so abruptly? Do you think I'm not even worthy enough to speak with him? Many great doctors, the best in the entire country, have attempted to treat me, and they all said that my illness was incurable. But Dr. Su used only a single needle and completely cured me. What he accomplished is something that not even a Grandmaster-level healer could achieve. If he is even above that level, then it makes perfect sense. I am not even worthy of shaking his hand. To tell you the truth, the fact that he didn't acknowledge me doesn't. A young master scoffs and says, what's the point of being so beautiful and talented? If she ends up marrying just any peasant, any one of us. Come on, what can 2 women do against us? Hand it over. Nearby, passers-by murmur. It hasn't even been 2 hours since the head of the offend me. I'm just glad I didn't do anything to bother him. Perhaps he simply doesn't want to reveal his true identity and prefers to live peacefully. That has to be it. And although not, helping him directly support the Man family, who are close to him, will also be a way to gain his favor. If I help his people, I'm helping him, the old man. Wong raised his glass and said warmly, President Man, this toast is in your honor. Rui smiled politely and replied, Elder Wong, you are too kind. Mingle Su Qin approached a nearby object, thinking, just as I suspected, this spiritual energy isn't positive, it's dark. Someone is trying to cast a curse here, and it seems to be directed at Elder Wong himself. And if he's supporting the Man family, I can't let him get hurt, he released. He discreetly unleashed a burst of power and destroyed the curse. Well, I have plenty of time, and this party is already boring. Let's see who brought a cursed artifact to this place. Meanwhile, Sao Li was starting to get nervous, wondering, since when has the Man family been so close to the Wands? Sharing a toast with Old Man Wong is a huge deal, and the fact that he approached Rusi first makes it even worse. Our alliance could be in danger because of this. Regardless, I already made a verbal agreement with President Wong. The words of someone like him have to be worth something. Elder Wong stood up and announced, it's time. for my big announcement. The Wong family already has influence in almost every major industry. The only one we haven't entered yet is the beauty. The Man family and their enemies are already attacking. The Man family's dream group has always been rivals with the Han family's excellence group, but while industry, where Dream Group already has a strong reputation. Therefore, I am pleased to announce an alliance between One Corporation and Dream Group. We look forward to joining his legacy and achieving even greater things together. President Man Louis, would you be willing to work with us? Louis responded with gratitude. It would be an honor, Elder. Wang Xiaoli was paralyzed, completely in disbelief. What had just happened? The Man family members were ecstatic. Incredible. What an unexpected turn of events. So unexpected. Elder Wang turned to the Zhao family and said diplomatically, "We may not be partners today, but that doesn't mean that we aren't worthy. It's just that this time we found someone even more suitable." Inside, Elder Wang thought, in the beauty industry, the Excellence Group is actually larger than Dream Group. From a purely business perspective, they would have been the logical choice. But there are more important things than business, just like the life I owe to Dr. Sach Chen. Thanks to him, this opportunity belongs to the Dream Group. Xiao Li's face twisted with anger. Wang Hanyu, you made a huge mistake by siding with him. Some time ago, Dream Group was much bigger than us, but we used all sorts of more ruthless tactics to crush them. Now that you've chosen to confront us, you will soon regret it. Suddenly, Xiao Li broke into a smiled and said loudly, "Mr. Wang, I didn't just prepare that villa for you. I have another special gift." Elder Wang looked at him, surprised. Another gift? While the patriarch was alive, they never dared to attack them. Now that he's dead, they've come to take away the invitation, which contains the key to the Rousey thought. I feel uneasy. But if we've already secured the partnership, why is Xiao Li still trying something else? Then he ordered his men to bring out a Fio, mysterious artifact. He proudly said, "We heard that you have a fondness for rare items, so I spent 300 million to acquire this one. Although our association didn't come to fruition, I still wish to offer it to you. This piece will increase your fortune and prosperity. And the best part is, a famous master infused it with their own spiritual power. It will even improve your health, Mr. Wang." Elder Wang smiled, touched. The Xiao family members are truly considerate. I feel ashamed for not having chosen them as partners. Zhao Li smiled to himself. That's exactly why I gave it to you. The moment you touch this artifact, the curse will take effect. You will fall under my control, and once it does, you will obey every word I say. The partnership is nothing. You might even hand over everything to me. The Wang Corporation could have it if they wanted. Elder Wang reached out and took the artifact. Xiao Li thought triumphantly, that's it. Then he leaned forward and said with smugly, "Elder Wang, could you repeat what you said? I didn't hear you correctly. Who did you say the Wang family chose as their next partner?" Elder Wang looked at him, coldly. "What's wrong, Mr. Xiao? So young, and already having hearing problems." "Fine, I'll repeat it. I chose the Man family." Xiao Li's temper exploded. He grabbed Elder Wang's arm and shouted, "Old man, are you crazy? You were supposed to choose us." Elder Wang glared at him. "My mind is not the one. Future of the family. Poor Man family, they're done for. No one would dare confront the Han family." Someone whispers, "God, please send." That is wrong. Yours is, Mr. Xiao. Take this man outside so he can calm down. The guards hurried in and restrained Xiao Li. The arms flailed. The furious struggle continued as he shouted, "What's going on? Nothing is going as planned. I paid billions to that so-called master, only to cast a spell. Why isn't it working? Could it be that that old con artist lied to me?" Meanwhile, the people around nervously murmured, "What's happening? Happening to Ollie? It looks like he's possessed by some kind of spirit." R's mother smiled proudly, thinking, "I knew it. My daughter really is the best." The secretary added, relieved, "President, all our efforts were worth it." Elder Wang stood up and announced, "I apologize for the previous confusion, but let's not let this ruin the evening. Let's continue with the celebration." Louis, still confused, thought, what the hell just happened to Ollie? He seemed completely possessed. And where did Su Qin suddenly disappear to? He's such a strange man. One moment he's right beside me, and the next, he's gone. Seeing him reappear, she asked, "Where have you been?" Su Qin replied casually, "Ah, I just went to the restroom." Rousey gave a quick smile. "You know? The Wong Corporation officially chose us as their business partners, but isn't it strange how confident he was that they would choose him, and yet we were the ones selected? Someone to help them. The thug doesn't listen and mocks them. Pray all you want. Even if your gods themselves came down, they couldn't save you. There are. Suin shrugged with a smile. That's destiny for you. It can change at any moment. Anyway, congratulations, Louis. You think I'm your lucky charm. The least you could do is invite me to dinner. Rose's mother interrupted, annoyed. Honey, you're too naive, giving this farmer too much. Giving credit to this peasant? Your grandfather obviously used his influence, maybe pulled some strings with an old friend. That's the only reason this. It has nothing to do with Sa Chen's supposed luck, Rose responded thoughtfully. But I remember that Grandpa always wanted to work with the Wong family. Unfortunately, he never had the opportunity. If he really had a friend powerful enough to arrange all of this, wouldn't he have done it adopted? Long time ago? Her mother immediately retorted. You have no idea what your grandfather is capable of. Let me tell you something. The main residence of the Man family is in Tano City. If you want to understand just how powerful our family truly is, listen carefully. Not even the 4 great families combined can compare to a single branch of the Man family. Your grandfather left that main family a long time ago, and you know how stubborn he is. Once he left, he never looked back. But if he were to ask for their help, even now, there wouldn't be a single problem in this country that our family couldn't solve. Rosie. She blinked in surprise. Do we really have a main residence? She wondered silently. If Grandpa really has such powerful connections, no heroes coming to the rescue, those only exist in fairy tales. Just then, the front door bursts open, and Shin enters. Maybe he did have something to do with all of this, because if it had been for his own good, why would he suddenly leave? Maybe I'm overthinking things. Too much. Rusa's mother turned to Sa Chen and said sharply, All right, Sa Chen, I've already said too much. I'm thirsty. Go and get me a glass of water. Su Chen replied lazily, I've been playing on my phone for a while now. My hands are sore, so unfortunately, I can't bring you water. Rui's mother scolded him. You can't even do a simple favor for your mother-in-law? Su Chen calmly retorted. You made me a promise, remember? He said he would officially accept me as his son-in-law, but he never has. Until that happens, I can't treat her as my mother-in-law. The day you accept me as family, I'll start acting like one. For now, I'm hungry. I'll go find something to eat. Just then, a waiter approached Sach Chen. Young master, Otter. Wong wants to see you. Just then, Leon appeared next to Ross's mother and said gently, If you're thirsty, I can get you some water. Why waste your time on that Sach guy? Rui's mother looked at him, surprised. Leon, what are you doing here? Leon smiled and replied, There was a misunderstanding before, but I've already resolved it, which is why I'm here now. Rousey frowned, annoyed. What are you doing here, Leon? Leon spoke in a soft, apologetic tone. Please, Rousey, don't be angry. I admit I went overboard before, but I've always cared about you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, he thought to himself. It cost me a fortune to bribe the guards just to… Thugs turn around and laugh, saying, Who's this beggar? Did you come begging for food? Get lost before you get into trouble. This family is done for. Get in, but once she forgives me, I'll teach her a lesson she won't forget, Louis said coldly. You must have seen that we are now official partners of the Wong family, so now you're trying to flatter us. Leo quickly denied it. No, that's not it at all. I just wanted to apologize for my past mistakes. If you drink this glass of wine that I brought, I'll take it as your forgiveness, Rousey's mother encouraged her. Yes, Rui, please do it. Rui sighed. Okay, Mom, I will drink it, but only for you. Leon smiled slightly. Just as I expected, Armin Rosie is the most beautiful girl in town. But while Rousey was drinking, she frowned. Something is wrong with this wine. Why does it taste so strange? Leon leaned in closer to her. What's wrong, Rousey? Your face is very red. Are you not feeling well? Rousey felt her head spinning. Why do I suddenly feel so hot? I need to go wash my face in the bathroom. Before she lost control, Leon followed her, pretending to be concerned. Come on, I'll take you to see a doctor. Rousey struggled weakly. Let go of me. Her mother, noticing that her daughter was walking unsteadily, she asked worriedly, What's wrong, Rousey? Why are you walking like that? Leon is right. Let him take you to the plast. Doctor. Rousey tried to protest. I can do it myself, Leon reassured her mother with a soft voice. Don't worry, Aunt. I will take good care of her. Rousey's mother hesitated, but thought, why do I feel like something bad is about to happen? I must be exaggerating. Leon is her old friend. He would never hurt her. Leon. Suchin replies coldly, You think this family is doomed? Then I want to see who dares to destroy it while I'm here. In an instant, dragged Rousey to the basement and forced her into his car. He smiled maliciously. Rousey, the girl who always acted so proud. Look at you now. So helpless. You have no idea what's coming for you. You will be the key that unlocks a direct path to the Wong family for me. I can't wait to see the Chen's face when you choose me over him and to see his reaction. But just as he was leaning in towards her, a metal pipe came flying out from the shadows, striking the lion in the neck and sending him crashing to the ground. His body began to convulse violently. From the darkness, Su Chin stepped forward and said coldly, "City people are truly pathetic. When they find someone weaker than them, they bully them without mercy, but when they're faced with someone stronger, they grovel like dogs. They have no principles. They just enjoy hurting others for their own amusement. Now, I'll make sure you're so crippled that you won't even be able to lift a glass of water for the rest of your life." With that, he grabbed Leon and threw him to the side. "You're going to regret this for the rest of your life, and from this day forward, you will never hurt anyone again." Then, he carefully picked up Rouse, who was already unconscious, and, he murmured, "Thank goodness I arrived in time. If anything had happened to her, I don't know how I could face Grandpa." Even in her unconscious state, Roose instinctively clung to him. Suchin chuckled softly. "There are definitely perks to saving beautiful women." As he carried her outside, he told Suchin grabs one of the thugs and throws him against the wall of the house. The injured man shouts furiously, "Who the hell do you think you are? How dare you attack us? Nearby waiter, bring the car around immediately and tell Mr. W that I'm taking my leave." The waiter noticed the distinctive VIP badge on Sach Chen's card, and he bowed deeply, saying, "Of course, sir. Please wait just 2 seconds. Your car will be ready right away." Later at home, Grandpa Man asked anxiously, "Su Chin, what happened to Rusi? She drank too much. Why is her face so red? Is she sick?" Su Chi shook her head and replied, "No, Grandpa. Someone drugged her." The grandfather froze, asking, "What? Who would dare to do something like that?" Suin gently laid Rusi down and said, "She'll be fine in a couple of hours. The drug has no permanent side effects." Grandpa clenched his fists furiously. "I want to know who that bastard was. Whoever tried to harm my granddaughter will pay dearly. Even if I have to burn everything to the ground to find him, I won't let this go unpunished." Suin replied, "It was Leiden from the Lee family, but there's more to it than that. The drug he used isn't something he could have obtained on his own. That means someone powerful is backing him. Someone who wants to destroy our family." The scene shifts to Loyao's mansion. Xiao Li asked one of his men, "Did you do as I instructed?" The man nodded. "Yes, young master, everything went according to plan. I gave that medicine to the idiot Li Dan, just as you ordered. Even though the Wong family blacklisted him, I still managed to sneak him into the party. I'm sure he's already done exactly what we wanted." Xiao Li smiled, satisfied. "Good. One way or another, we will secure the Wong family's cooperation. And that," as the thug lunges toward him, Suchin steps forward and says coldly, "Wow, you don't even recognize your father after making such a huge mistake. I'll have to. That Rusi will pay dearly for daring to confront us." Just then, his phone rang. It was Leon's father. Xiao Li frowned. "Why would he be calling me? Old Master Li now? That fool Don must have messed something up." He answered the call. "Master Li, what a surprise. What do I owe this call to?" Leon's father shouted. "Furious," he said. "Do you have the nerve to ask why I'm calling after what happened? You still don't know? What did you do to my son? Do you know what condition he's in? He's paralyzed." "What are you talking about?" Leon's father roared. "His brain is damaged. He came back half dead. The doctor says he may never recover. I asked around at the party. He only spoke to 2 people before ending up like this. Your man and Manrusi of the Man family. That's why I'm calling you. Explain yourself now." Xiao Li sighed and replied in a calculated voice, "Since things have gone this far, I won't hide the truth. I don't think you know what your son was planning. He was obsessed with Man Rossi, but she rejected him and ended up marrying someone else. That humiliation drove him insane. From what I've heard, he resorted to illegal methods at the party. Naturally, the family retaliated, or perhaps one of Rossi's admirers decided to punish him. Either way, it all started because of her." The father of Leon growled. "So it's all because of that girl, Man Rossi. We did so much for that miserable family, and this is how they repay us. They will regret this. I swear her downfall will be coming soon." Saoli replied confidently, "Sir, we have been partners for many years. I am deeply saddened by what happened to your son. Give me 1 week, and I will make would have been a better choice than that fool she chose." As Rousey walks towards the entrance, another arrogant young master blocks her path and says, "Miss, finish you myself." The thug growls, "How did this beggar even get in here? I had 20 bodyguards outside. They're useless." They couldn't even stop a single man. The Man family kneel and beg for your forgiveness. If I fail, I don't deserve to carry the Xiao family name, Leon's father said coldly. Very well, since you are the best. My son's friend, I'm putting my trust in you this time. I expect results within 7 days. After hanging up, he looked at his son and murmured, My son, don't worry, those who did this won't live to see next week. Meanwhile, Leiden, paralyzed in his hospital bed, could only move his eyes. Dad, please save me. I'm not in a coma. I can see, I can hear everything, but I can't move my body. I can't speak. I don't know what Suchin did to me, but I just can't move. The scene changes to the Wang family hotel. Elder Wang said, Brother Hyun, Master Suchin will be arriving soon. I'm sure he'll be able to resolve your problem. Hyun replied, I'm very eager to meet this young man who so quickly earned your trust, Mr. Wang. Talents like him are becoming increasingly rare. This man was Jian Hu, the director of the Food and Medicine Department. Just then, Suchin walked in and respectfully said, Mr. Wang, you called for me. Old man Wang smiled, with warmth. Ah, Master Su, please come in. Yesterday, you mentioned needing some medicinal herbs. I have kept them all in this box for you, Suchin. He thought, there is a strong spiritual energy here. I must admit, the Wang family's connections are truly impressive. Then he said aloud, You did exactly as I asked, Mr. Wang. This is perfect. Elder Wang nodded. I'm glad I could help, Master Su. In fact, I invited you here because I want to. Chin smiles. Oh, you mean those piles of trash lying outside? Sorry, I didn't realize they were bodyguards. I just thought they were punching bags, so I might have hit them a little too hard. Introduce you to my friend, Mr. Han. He has been suffering from terrible headaches and a fever for a long time now. He has seen many doctors, but nothing has worked. Do you think you could do something to help him? Suchin responded thoughtfully. His physical health seems fine, but the real problem, it's not physical, it's spiritual. There's an evil spirit attached to him. Elder Wang was surprised and asked, What? An evil spirit? Suchin asked calmly. Calmly, Mr. Hang, have you recently moved to a new house? Hang shook his head. No, I haven't changed houses, Suchin continued. Then, are you staying at a friend's house, perhaps? Hang frowned irritably. Enough. What nonsense are you spouting? Elder Wang intervened. Brother Hang, why are you reacting like this? Hang immediately responded. How do you expect me to react, Brother Wang? You must be losing your mind too, listening to this. Disease. My head hurts, and now this man comes to tell me that a ghost is following me. Who in the 21st century believes in such things? Nonsense? I, of course, am not leaving. Su sighed. Look, it doesn't matter if you believe me or not, but since you doubt my abilities, consider this a gift. It will protect you, and keep that spirit away from here. Carry this talisman. It will protect you from danger 3 times. Hank let out a mocking laugh. Oh, let me guess. Now you're going to tell me that this little piece of paper is worth 10 or 15 million. That's how you scam people, right? Suin responded firmly. I don't need your ware. The thug roars. You're being too arrogant. Everyone who's tried to act tough in the face of the law, money, just take it with you. Hank's eyes widened slightly. What's with this man's strength? He's barely touching my wrist. But, even if I use all my strength, I can't break free. Elder Wang spoke earnestly. Brother Hank, we've been friends since we were kids, so for the sake of our friendship, please accept what Dr. Su is giving you, and keep it safe, Hank grumbled. All right, old Wang, I'll take it just for you. I never imagined you'd use our Wang friendship to force me to accept something so ridiculous. With that, he stormed off in anger. Elder Wang turned to Su Qin, looking embarrassed. Divine Dr. Su Qin, please, forgive him. My friend has been sick for quite some time, and it's made him irritable. He didn't mean any offense, Su Qin replied calmly. It's not his fault. These days, almost no one believes in things like spirits or curses, but I advise you to keep a close watch on him. He is in serious danger. The negative energy that Rodia's life force is already being consumed, so if he says anything strange or hurtful, please don't be offended. He's not himself right now. Elder Wang nodded. I understand, Divine Doctor. I'll be sure to keep an eye on him. And regarding the other herbs you requested, I'll have them ready soon. The scene changes to the mansion. Man. Rossi's mother was pacing back and forth, anxiously. Old Bon said that Raosu and Suin left the party early last night. I don't even know if they returned home. Just then, Grandpa Man walked in and said sternly, Look who finally decided to show up. The Queen herself has honored this house with her. They haven't been able to stand up afterward. Before he can finish, Suchi punches him hard, sending him flying through the air. Then he says, "Quiet, move aside, presence." Rossi's mother lowered her gaze in shame. "Dad, I drank too much last night and stayed at a friend's house. By the way, where is Rossi? She's all right. She went with Lydon to see a doctor last night." Suddenly, Grandpa Man slapped him. Tears welled up in her eyes. "Dad, why did you hit me?" "Did you hit me?" Grandpa Man shouted furiously. "What? Why? Your daughter's life was almost ruined last night. How could you leave her alone with that monster? Do you even know what Leon tried to do to her?" Rossi's mother froze in shock. "What? What are you saying, Dad? That, good for nothing. Leon tried to hurt Rossi. I need to see her." "All right." He ran to Rossi's room. "Daughter, are you okay?" Rossi nodded weakly. "Yes, I'm fine." Grandpa Man spoke with firmness. "Of course she's okay, because Suin was there to protect her. If he hadn't been there, I don't even want to think about it." Rossi's mother, he stammered. "But Dad, how was I supposed to know what kind of person Lydon was? It's not my fault. My friend told me he was a good man. That's why I trusted him with Rousey. But don't worry, I'll make that friend of mine pay for this." Turning to Rousey, he said softly, "Rousey, please forgive your mother for this mistake." "Mistake?" Rousey replied coldly. "I'm leaving home for a few days. I'll be staying at the company. I don't want to be here right now." Her mother begged. "Please don't go, darling." "Dear," but Rousey stated firmly, "I said I'll be staying at the company for a while." Her mother desperately insisted, "Believe me, Rousey, I will break off all relations with. You're blocking the air." Lou steps forward, alarmed, and asks, "Who are you, and what is your real purpose here?" Suin ignores her, and, kneeling next to the old man, "That friend who told me about Lydon." Rousey exploded, her voice shaking with rage. "Stop pretending, Mom. Even after seeing me the way I was last night, you left me alone with that bastard. If something had happened to me, it would have been your fault. You've done enough already. Please don't do anything more." The mother was left. She froze as Roos walked away and whispered, "I never thought Roos would come to hate me this much." Grandpa Man scolded her angrily. "After everything that happened, do you still think your daughter shouldn't be angry with you? What kind of mother are you? You left your own daughter alone with a monster like Leon, and you didn't even care. You spent the night partying while Roos's life was in danger." Her anger is completely justified. As Rouse walked out of the house, Suin watched her and joked, "Looks like Miss Man is going on a trip. So, Miss Man, where exactly are you headed?" Rouse responded with, "Calm down. I will stay at the company for a few days. There's too much work." Suchin grabbed her bag and put it in the car, leaving her comfortable home to live at the office. Now that's dedication. When she turned around, Rousey grabbed her hand. "There's a shareholders meeting today. You have to come with me," Suchin groaned. "I just arrived home, and you already want me to go out again." Still, they soon arrived at Dream Group headquarters. The secretary ran out, looking worried. "President, there is a serious problem. The Department of Food and Drugs has initiated a sudden inspection of our project, the one we've been developing for 6. He murmurs, "Damn it, I'm too late. Grandpa, please forgive me." But then he notices a faint breath. Grandpa isn't dead. He was poisoned. He's only half. Months. They're saying we didn't have permission to start production. Rousey frowned. "What kind of nonsense is this?" she thought to herself. "Worked on the War and Enlai Cream project for 6 months. All the documentation was complete and approved. How could this happen today? Today, of all days, the same day as the shareholders' meeting? It's strange. Someone within the company must be behind this," Louis declared. "Take me there. I want to see exactly what is happening." As they proceeded, Xiao Feian appeared, feigning concern. "Rousey, what's going on?" The entire W and Li project was almost ready to launch. How could a problem arise now? If this cream fails inspection, we stand to lose billions. You know, the company's financial situation, right? We only had the capital to develop this product once. If they cancel it now, we won't be able to do it again. "Produce it," Rousey retorted sharply. "Yes, I know that. And just so you don't forget, I am the owner of this company. I know how to handle my own business." Suin bowed toward Roos and whispered, "Who is that guy?" The secretary replied in a low voice, "His name is Xiao Feian. After the Man family, he is the second largest shareholder in the company." Meanwhile, Feian smiled to himself, thinking, "You worked so hard on this project, investing all your money and effort, and you never realized that I was plotting against you the entire time. When this project collapses, the Man family will be finished, dead, but it's not too late." I can still save him. Rousey shouts from behind. What are you doing? Leave my grandfather's body alone. Before, shareholders will force you to resign, and I will take complete control of the company. Just then, an officer stepped forward and said, Stop right there. Miss Mann, you can't interfere with our work. It was Officer Kim from the Food and Drug Administration. Rousey greeted her with, Hello, I'm Manruzi, president of Dream Group. Regarding the product you are inspecting, we already obtained official approval some time ago. The product is finished, so what exactly is the problem? The officer responded sternly, We've already reviewed your documents. Curiously, your approval papers are missing the official seal from our department. Can you explain where that seal came from? It appears that your company may have used a falsified document, and therefore, we will have to bring you in for questioning. Rousey was shocked, thinking, How is this possible? 2 people handle these documents, Secretary Lou and myself. Grandpa was very ill at the time, so I asked Lou to submit the documents, Rui. Rui turned to his secretary and asked, Lou, to whom did you hand over the approval documents? Lou nervously replied, I gave them to Director Fayan. He said that he would present them personally, as he had the support of several shareholders, so I handed them over to him. Rui's eyes widened in shock. That means Fayan never submitted the real documents. Instead, he submitted falsified ones. This was his entire plan from the start. Rui attempted to reason. Before she can stop him, Suin takes out a silver needle and inserts it into the old man's head. The doctor in the room is left speechless. I can't believe what, with the officer, saying, Officer, I believe there's a misunderstanding. We do possess the genuine documents. If you could grant us a little time, I can bring you the copies. Can. He hesitated, knowing Roos was telling the truth. He thought, It's true. The company did have all the correct documents. They just weren't submitted. What I'm doing is bad, but I have no alternative. His father was gravely ill, and the doctor treating him was under Fayan's control. He thought with anguish, If I disobey, my father could die. I can't let that happen. I'll have to play along with them. At that moment, Kan's phone vibrated. It was a message from Fayan. Your father's life is in our hands. I hope you don't make a mistake you'll regret. Kan's hands trembled. That bastard is threatening me, but I have no other way out. He looked up and said coldly, There will be no more opportunities. Guards, stop them. The guards advanced. Miss, if you refuse to cooperate, we'll have to use force. But before they could move, Suin stepped in front of Rusi, saying, Back away. There's no need for violence. We simply asked for a fair opportunity, and you weren't even willing to grant it. Apparently, you all have no idea how to do your jobs properly. Job. Rui looked at him, realizing he was right. Exactly. We shouldn't resist now. If Fayan planned all of this, these officers must be involved. We have to remain calm, the secretary nervously said. President, this is all my fault. You're facing so many problems because of me. What I'm seeing, that is the great immortal needle, the legendary needle that is said to be able to bring the dead back to life. A moment later, the old man, so many problems, Louis calmly responded. If we've done nothing wrong, we have nothing to fear. Meanwhile, Fayan observed everything from a distance. Smiling, he thought, finally, that thorn in my side named Rousey is out of my way. When everyone believes the project has failed and that she is incapable of leading the company, I will appear with the real documents and rescue the situation. The company will be mine, and I will be the president. At that moment, Suchin's phone rang. As he reached to answer it, Officer Qian stopped him. You are not permitted to answer, she said, snatching the phone from him. She answered the call. On the other line was Director Han, who said, I don't care who you are, but Suchin cannot take this call. We are now taking him to the Food and Drug Administration for investigation. If you have something important, you can find him there. He hung up and returned the phone to Suchin. Meanwhile, Director Han frowned. The Lord, my officers have detained Suchin. What's going on? I need to investigate this immediately. Scene. Interrogation room. Officer Khan. He asked coldly. Tell me, why did you submit falsified documents? Suchin replied calmly. I have no idea what you're talking about. I've only been working at the company for a few days. I have nothing to do with previous materials. Khan crossed his arms. We discovered that you have no prior work experience. Tell me then, how did you get a position as the president's assistant at such a large company? He thought, it must be some spoiled, rich young man. He coughs hard and takes a deep breath of air. Everyone in the room is paralyzed by shock. Suchin sighs in relief. Good. I didn't arrive. Who got the job through connections? If I pressure him a little, he'll tell me everything. Anything I can get out of him, can be used to destroy Rusi. Completely. Su Jin smiled. How would I know why they hired me? Maybe they just liked my face. Who exploded? Do you think this is a joke? Your boss. Now. He confessed everything. Start talking, or we'll have to use force. Suin replied coldly. Do what you have to do, but I can't tell you. Something I don't know. Kan clenched his fists. Then you leave me no choice. You need to be taught a lesson. Suin leaned back in his chair, amused. Oh yes. What kind of times choice asterisk officer? If it's something new, I'm all ears. Who got frustrated? No matter how much I threaten him, he doesn't flinch. He's too calm, like he's used to it. Really, I'll have to use force. Just then, the door opened, and Director Hang walked in with authority. Officer Kan, what do you think you're doing? Kan froze. Director, what are you doing here? Is there something you need? Hang responded sternly. Yes, if you're arresting the man who saved my life, of course I had to come here personally. Kan stood there blinking, completely confused. What? The man who saved? His life? Who is he talking about? Suin smiled faintly. Director Hang, you've changed so much. Weren't you the one who called me a con artist? Since when? Do you respect me this much? Director Hang bowed his head apologetically. Please forgive me, Divine Dr. Zhu. Not only is he an excellent doctor, but he is a true Manrusi. This isn't a public garden where you can simply stroll around. This is the Wong family's birthday celebration, the most elite gathering of. Too late. The doctor checks the old man's pulse and exclaims in astonishment. His pulse is perfectly stable. In fact, I would say his body looks 20. Spiritual master. Everything he told me came true today. First, my car was hit at high speed, but miraculously, no one was hurt. Both cars were left. Destroyed. But we survived. The talisman you gave me burned a little, just as you said it would upon encountering the first danger. Then, when I returned to Casa, home, a flower pot fell from the 7th floor. It fell right in front of me, and I avoided it by mere inches. The talisman burned again, and finally, the brakes of my car failed while I was driving, but somehow the car stopped on its own. The talisman completely caught fire and turned to ashes. You told me that I would face 3 great dangers, and that the talisman would protect me each time. You were absolutely right about everything. After the 3rd danger, it disappeared, and it was then that I understood how wrong I was to doubt you. Please forgive me, Divine Doctor. I was blind to your power. A stupid man like me has no right to appear before you like this. I don't even know how to properly apologize. The officer's face turned pale. Director Hyun was bowing to Sa Chen. I'm finished. There's no way I'm keeping my job after this. Sa Chen calmly said, there's no need to apologize. I had already forgiven you back then. His actions at the time were for the sake of old W. Besides, you were under spiritual influence back then. I understand why you acted that way. Director Han said gratefully, thank you, Dr. Su. You have done me a great favor. And regarding the person you told to go to the apartment 2 years younger, the old man looks at him weakly and says, Dr. Lee, you saved me. The doctor quickly denies, no, sir, I am not capable of bringing meet with Sa Chen. That was me. That's why I personally reviewed this entire case from start to finish. About the Dream Group project you brought these people in for. Interrogate them, even though that project was already approved. Yes, they didn't submit the official documents on time, which is why you should have issued a warning, or a lesser sanction. Instead of dragging them out like criminals, you didn't even give them a chance to submit the documents. Tell me, officer, did you abuse your position? Are you working for fun instead of the department? He stared intently at her. Did you really think I wouldn't uncover your double dealing? Conru. Desperately, Director, please give me a chance to explain, but Director Han coldly interrupted her. Take her away, I have no interest in talking to people who aren't even honest in fulfilling their duties. The guards immediately escorted the officer out of the room. Suchin said, speaking softly, thank you for your help, Director. So, you believe me now. By the way, the negative energy that surrounded you before has only been suppressed, not permanently healed. Director Hang nodded respectfully. Understood, Dr. Su. I will be sure to address that soon, but first, let's resolve this Dream Group matter. Scene change. Dream Group shareholders meeting. One of the shareholders spoke nervously. I heard that President Manrus was arrested. That's right, another responded anxiously. If that's true, the company's reputation will be ruined. What will become of us now? Falain spoke arrogantly. Someone back from the brink of death. It was this young man who used the immortal technique on you. Without him, you would not have survived. Suin smiles slightly. It seems most of you are still unaware of what's really happening. Allow me to explain. Rosie was detained by the Department of Food and Medicine. They're claiming there's an issue with our approval documents, and Rosie personally prepared those documents. Frankly, I don't think she'll be back anytime soon. She's done for. Rusu's father remained silent, lost in thought. When I heard about my father's illness, I returned immediately, only to find the company in complete chaos. Ever since Rus became president, she has managed everything flawlessly. So, how could something like this have happened? Fayan continued confidently. There's no point in denying it. Our company's reputation has suffered a massive blow. If Rousey remains president, it will be impossible for us to recover. At that moment, a shareholder stood up and said, "We all know how serious this is. This is how it is in our industry. When the Food and Drug Administration gets involved, the company is finished. We've invested billions in this project. Why didn't Ruzi get the approval properly? We deserve an explanation." Another shareholder added, "And if he is found guilty, really, do you think they'll release her? I've said it before, a woman can't run such a large corporation. We should have chosen fun from the start. It was a terrible mistake to name Rousey." Rouse's father stood up furiously. "Can you all be quiet for 2 minutes? He's not even here, and you're already talking about things you don't know. Grandpa, I hope you haven't forgotten me." The old man's eyes fill with tears. "Suchin, my son, you've returned." Suchin nods. "Yes, I'm back, and I have complete faith in my daughter. Loy would never do anything wrong. Until she arrives and we hear her side of the story, no one has the right to draw any conclusions." One of the shareholders responded, "President Mann, it's not that we distrust your daughter, but when the facts are laid out before us, we must accept the truth." He smiled disdainfully. "Director Mann, you need to face reality. Saying your daughter is not guilty doesn't make her innocent. The department didn't arrest her on a whim. If we waste time trying to save Rusi, the company will sink. I suggest we focus on protecting the company. First, we'll see what to do with Rusi later. If the company collapses, we'll lose everything." Just then, an employee entered the room. "Director Han from the Department of Food and Medicine is here in person." The shareholders were shocked. "What? Director Han? This is a bad sign. That means Rusi's situation is even worse than we thought." Fayan immediately stood up, feigning concern. "In this difficult time, I will take the responsibility for the company and speak with the director." As he walked out, he smiled to himself, thinking, "Seeing you fall like this, Rusi, gives me immense satisfaction. Once I hand over the real approval documents, the problem will be solved, and I will be seen as the savior of the company. Then, finally, I will become president." Outside the building, Fayan approached Director Hank with a fake smile, saying, "Director Hank, what an honor to meet you. I'm Xiao Fun. I promise you that I will never allow anything bad to happen to this family again." Later that morning, during breakfast, the family gathers. The old man says affectionately, "Director of Dream Group, I am currently managing all of the company's affairs." Director Hank replied calmly, "So you're Xiao Fun, are you? I hoped we would meet again so soon." Fune feigned flattery, saying, "Oh, you know me. It's truly an honor, Director." But in his mind, he thought, seeing how she reacted, Rousey is completely finished. She won't be back. I'll finally be able to take over her position as president, something that was impossible while she was here. He smiled proudly, but then Director Han suddenly handcuffed him. Fayan's expression froze. "Director, what are you doing?" Director Han replied coldly, "This is what I should have done a long time ago. Xiao Faiyun, you are under arrest for bribing Officer Qian Yambin. Come with us for the investigation." Fayan panicked, thinking, "This has to be a joke. Don't tell me that woman betrayed me." "What? What he said is a lie. I had nothing to do with any of this." Just then, Rui and the secretary entered the room. Fayan shouted furiously, "Rui, who the hell let you out? Are you behind all of this? What is your problem with me becoming president? Have you been running this company for so long that was it so hard for you to let someone else take over for once?" Rui looked at him coldly and responded, "Fayan, don't misunderstand me, but the truth is that you were never elected as president because you are simply not qualified for the position. Do you really think you can take this position away from me? You can't match my 10 years ago, when we adopted you, there was a prophecy that one day you would protect our family, and today you have proven it. You have grown, and qualifications, my abilities, or my results. Honestly, you're not even worthy of being my rival." The officers then began to escort Fayan. Outside the building, Rousey turned to Director Hang and said sincerely, "Director Hang, thank you so much for your help. From now on, going forward, I will make sure to manage my company more carefully so that something like this doesn't happen again." If you are ever free, please come over to my house for lunch. Director Hang smiled and replied, if you want to thank someone, don't thank me. Thank the amazing Dr. Su. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have discovered the truth about all of this. Rose was stunned. What? Suin resolved this whole issue? I thought we were just lucky that you intervened, but it turns out that he was the one who arranged everything. Director Hang nodded. Yes, if it weren't for the talisman that Dr. Su, I would be here right now because of him. Everything I did today is nothing compared to what he has done for me, Suchin said calmly. Well, we've talked enough. We still have unfinished business to resolve, he thought to himself. The negative energy around Hank continues to grow stronger. The source must be somewhere. Place where he spends most of his time, most likely his house. After saying goodbye to Rusi, Suchin left with Director Han to investigate Hank's home. Rusi watched them leave and thought, at least the main problem has already been resolved. Now I just need to review the company and see how things are going with. You have become a strong and handsome young man. Tell me, how is your teacher doing? Didn't he come with you? Suchin laughed softly, saying, he's probably drunk somewhere right now. What happens next will be revealed in the next episode. Before I left the mountains, he told me only one thing, to visit the Man family first. And he was right. Coming here was the right decision. The old man nods. In fact, there is something important I must tell you. Your teacher made me promise that when you returned after 10 years of training, I would arrange your marriage with my granddaughter. At that moment, Rui's mother abruptly interrupts him, saying, Dad, what are you saying? Rui is now the director of the city. Without an invitation, you won't even be able to approach the entrance. If she had married me, she would have entered this party with our company. She's been managing it since you became ill. She is a successful woman. She can marry whoever she wants, and you want to match her with a guy from Campo. How can you think he's worthy of her? Su Chin smiles mockingly. Grandpa, to be honest, you're not entirely wrong. The old man slams his hand on the table. Diana, do you ever think before you speak? Do you even know who Suchin really is? Rousey is my granddaughter, so I will remain respectful. But let me make this clear. Marrying Suchin would be a great fortune. For her, any woman would be incredibly lucky to have him even acknowledge her existence. You have no idea. Even the works of the master Shen Chen are worth more than our entire family combined, he thinks to himself, realizing she doesn't know the truth, that Sak Chen is the successor to one of the most powerful masters in the world. The grandfather smiles and asks, well, Suin, tell me, do you accept this marriage? Before Suin can answer, Rousey walks in. Grandpa, you called me? Suin watches her. He sees her for the first time and thinks, I was in such a hurry before. I didn't notice, but she's really beautiful. Grandpa laughs. Suin, what do you think of your future wife? Rusei. He blushes. Wait, are you saying that this is the same Suchin I knew as a child? He's changed so much, but how did he heal my grandfather like this? He thinks to himself. 10 years ago, my grandfather saved Sak Chen's life, and today, 10 years later, he has returned to save us. There's definitely something special about him. Honestly, I think I like him. Suchin laughs. Don't get excited. It was just a little manual labor. Nothing special. Rousey laughs. Not only are you strong, but you are also funny. Honors. But she chose that peasant, Sach Chen. By marrying him, she has condemned herself to a life of humiliation. Rousey ignores him and hands her invitation card to the guard. Grandpa interrupts. Rousey, where are you going? She smiles slightly. I just signed the registration form. Our marriage is now official. It wasn't. That's what you wanted, Grandpa. Grandpa claps his hands, thrilled. Ha ha ha. These young people these days are fast. They've made the right choice. Meanwhile, Suin thinks, I thought the first thing I'd do when I came down from the mountain was take my revenge, but I ended up getting married. Well, to be honest, Rui is beautiful, so I can't complain. Diana grabs Rui's arm and pulls her aside. Come here, I need to talk to you. Have you lost your mind? Do you even know who Uchin is? He's just a simple country boy. Look at his clothes. No style, no manners, no class. How could someone like that ever be your equal? Rui calmly responds, Mom, I know exactly by what I'm doing. All those things you mentioned, style, manners, refinement, he can learn those over time. But saving Grandpa like that, that's something none of what we could accomplish in an entire lifetime. I had never witnessed Grandpa so content. If marrying Suchin brings him such happiness, then I am more than willing to do it. It's the very least I can do for him. Besides, I have complete faith in Suchin. Diana frowns and says, You've been influenced by your grandfather since childhood, and that's blinding you. This peasant will never be worthy of the Man family. Sooner or later, you yourself will kick him out of the house. Later on, Grandpa says to Sach Chen, you've only just returned to the city, so I imagine you don't have a job yet. How would you like to help Rousey at the company? After all, the two of you will be managing it. Invitation to the guard. The guard examines it and says, I'm sorry, miss, but I've never seen a card like this before. I'll have to confirm its validity with my together in the future. You'll start with an annual salary of $300,000. If you need anything else at all, just let me know. Suchin thinks to himself, regarding the poison in his body, the grandfather's influence has not completely disappeared. I need time to eliminate it entirely, and I also have to find the person responsible. It must be someone close to the family because the poison was administered gradually. I have to stay here and act normal in order to investigate thoroughly. Later, Suchin arrives at the company. When I finish here, I'll see Dr. Lee about some herbs. Honestly, I'm just sitting around. I haven't even been given a real task. At that moment, Diana enters with an arrogant smile. Ah, so here you are. She hands him a check for millions of dollars and says, take this and get out. Suchin looks at her. So working a year gives me $300,000, but leaving now gives me $5 million. Tell me, mother-in-law, why are you being so generous all of a sudden? Diana explodes. Don't call me mother-in-law. I don't know what trick you used to fool Rousey and my father, but I don't like you even a little bit. Take the money and disappear from our lives for good. I don't want to see you anywhere near the Mann family again. Diana thinks confidently. He's just a country bumpkin. $5 million is a fortune to him, surely. He accepts it and disappears. But to her surprise, Suchin took the check and tore it in half. He said firmly, $5 million? Even if you offered me the fortune of the Mann family, it wouldn't change a thing. You see, for many people money is everything. But to me, it's nothing more than worthless paper. Diana clenched. In charge. Rosie frowns, but Suchin himself brought this invitation. How could it be fake? The young master laughs mockingly. Ha, that's her fists, thinking angrily. This boy is cunning. He knows that one day he'll inherit everything through Rousey. That's why he's refusing the money. But I have big plans. For Rousey. If I don't marry someone rich, how else am I supposed to improve my life? That arrogant little brat thinks he's so smart, but I'll teach him a lesson by faking it. Smiling, he said, well, since you've joined our company, allow me to give you your first task. He turned towards his secretary. Miss Liu, are the documents ready? The secretary nodded. Yes, madam. Diana handed the papers to her subordinate. Read these carefully. It clearly states here that Trading Company owes us $10 million. You will go with Secretary Liu to collect the debt. Rusi normally handles this, but she's very busy right now. I'm sure you'll be able to resolve this quickly. Secretary Liu thought worriedly. What is madam thinking? Trading Company is backed by the Wang family. The last person we sent to collect that debt returned with broken limbs. He's still in the hospital, and now they're sending this new guy? I wonder what will become of him. Suchin smiled slightly and said, don't worry about the money. I'll bring it back, but mother-in-law, when I do, you'll have to bow and apologize to me. Diana replied, okay, deal, and left the room. As Secretary Liu prepared to leave, Suchin soon asked, does your stomach often hurt? She froze, asking, how did you know? Suchin replied naturally, let me give you a massage.